Okay, so we're basically trying to build a shovel wheel drive onto my raft. The raft is made out of these PVC pipes that are tied into this frame, like my body's holding it right now. You can set it down now. And the idea we had is to put this shovel wheel drive I built a long time ago. I've never tested it on the water, but technically it should work. As you can obviously see, it's made from an old lawnmower, some bike wheels, and just very basic connections. We're hoping to be able to make it work in a manner that makes the wheels spin in the water, which they definitely should. The water comes up to about here when the raft is in the water. Of course, there are more pipes than just one. I think it's a total of 8 pipes in the end. No, 9. No, it's going to be 9. And that should keep the engine, which is outside. I can show you. Just a sec. It's that thing. Without the box, obviously. We put that on there, connect it with the belt, and then we should be able to just sit back here, pull this tiny little lever, and make it drive. And that's the idea. It's a project I've had sitting around for about 2 years now. The original intent for this thing was to be put onto a Coca-Cola box raft, but I kind of put the raft apart and it's gone, so I've never tested it. It should work, but yeah, now we're actually going to build it into my big raft. I'm going to put a few pictures of the original raft now, so you can see how that looks like, and then yeah, we keep going. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. These are not all the pipes that are going to be the floaties of this thing. There will be one more under each 2 of these, so there's going to be one more underneath these 2, one more underneath these 2, and one more underneath these 2. But the engine is mounted now. We put these wooden brackets in right here. There's a screw that goes through where the front axle was before. And yeah, all of these pipes will be put in place with some rubber ropes with these metal hooks. I don't know how you call them in English. Yeah, this is what it looks from behind now. The shovel wheels are in between the pipes now, and yeah, the engine is mounted now. I'm going to be putting some ropes in there, which you will use to control the engine. And yeah, that's basically it for now. The engine works. We've already tried that. And the only thing that's left to do now is to put a control part in here, a rudder in the back, and maybe something to protect us from the splashing of the water, because we will be sitting behind it, and that would be quite annoying if we would be splashed or showered. That would probably be more precise. Yeah, that's how the whole construction looks like now, and yeah, I guess that's it for now. Okay, so I've got the engine mounted again now, and we've been working on the rudder yesterday. I've built this assembly like the rest, like this thing a few years ago, so I still had this lying around the way it is right now, and we're basically gonna attach it with some long bolts and some PVC pipes as washers in here. That is sufficient, I think. The rudder is built out of an old, how do you call them? Like a snow shovel, a big one. These big and wide ones. And the rest was a city scooter I still had lying around, which was broken obviously, otherwise I would not have used it. And I had this fucking barrel lying around. It's completely useless. We tried to build a pickle barrel boat out of it, but that did not work for some reason.
which I'm not going to go into now. Anyway, I'm going to cut this thing in here now, like I did down there, to fold them into and to spread the barrel out a bit, and that will be put on top of the wheels to protect us from the splashing. Yeah, that's the plan at least.
Okay, so now I've got this splash protection with the help of my buddy. We finally managed to install it. I'm not completely happy with it. It's still a little bit crooked and I really don't like it, but I've stopped caring because I put too much effort into it now. We installed this rudder. Yeah, you can just steer. Okay, so now we have completed the raft as far as we can do that on land. So you can see we've used these ratchet band thingies to hold all the pipes together. They're reinforced in the front by these wide metal ring and these, how are they called? I don't know how they call them in English. These pipe and yeah, these pipe and hose clamps hold it tight together. Then all of the pipes are fastened using only these rubber thingies with metal hooks on the end. The idea is that we can quickly assemble and deassemble it. The way it's standing on land right now, the two pipes in the middle are completely free floating, as you can tell. Yeah, because these pipes that come up are the ones that sit deeper in the water now. We have improved part of the rudder. You can of course turn it, but now you can also flick it up and hook it in so it stays up, just like that. And we won't have to worry about it getting in our way while we assemble the raft, because we are going to assemble it on the ground like we did now, and then we will put it in the water like this. Now we cannot put the engine on because I am a little bit scared that the whole frame will just break right here, because by now all of these middle pipes and everything else is just resting on these outside connectors. It's all just resting on these pipes down here and basically sitting on top of each other. So we are not going to put the engine, which is right over there, on top right now. We will have to put the engine onto the raft while it is floating in the water. That will be interesting. Hopefully no one will fall in. The splash protection is right there, and all the other important parts are over there. So 2 rudders in case of engine failure or the whole thing not working, which is a possibility, and all the other parts, little things, are just in that bucket right there. So yeah, it's a little bit chaotic right now, so we're gonna clean up, put this aside, and we are going to drive it tomorrow. We're gonna get up early. So all of these pre-assembled parts will be put on a trailer and just driven to the river by my father, and then we just assemble it and we basically put it in the water, put the engine on and start going, hopefully. Yeah.
Okay, so thanks to the magic of editing, only a few seconds later, it is now the new day. It's pretty early in the morning. We've got everything packed up. Our engine, the raft. Take a step back, it's quite a lot on that little trailer. We still have to put on the red flag, so that will be fine. Yeah, we've got all the other small stuff in there and up front. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do the first test now, only with rudders, no engine, just to see how we can handle the new design. I guess that means we're gonna get on it now. zuerst, oder?
Ja, muss ich.
Beim Rudern ist es egal, welchen du sitzt. Alter, ich halte fest. Du musst möglichst nah an die Mitte immer dich stellen. Ich weiß nämlich nicht, wie gut das. Nicht da drauf, möglichst nah an die Mitte. So, jetzt würde ich sagen, du wartest noch mit dem Hinsetzen. Da, auf den Balken, um Himmels Willen, wir haben keinen Motor drauf. Sitzt du?
Ja.
Okay, ich lasse jetzt los. Oh, das ist deutlich stabiler am Wasser als das letzte Mal. Alter, wie geil.
Ich bin aber schon.
So, now it is my turn. Yippee-yay. Das ist richtig hart umgeknickt.
Ich hab.
Ja, ich jetzt meinen auch. Okay, dann nehmen wir doch mal einen Paddel. Du kannst noch Futter haben. Okay, so this is our maiden voyage. Fertig? Hey, dann würde ich sagen, legen wir mal los. Okay, so here it is, in the water, all ready to go. I guess just nothing left to do than to test it, right? Okay, so we're back home now. The whole engine thingy failed almost instantly, which was to be expected with these large wheels. It worked for a little bit, but instantly shut down. I'm looking for the belt right now. It's supposed to be somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. So you get an idea of, yeah, that's the belt now. Completely twisted and warped. Pretty much completely gone. The whole engine down here broke. The wheel broke into pieces. I don't know if you can see that, but it's completely busted down there. Yeah. So the engine was a failure, but the raft itself worked absolutely beautifully. The whole pipes go in storage for now because I have to spend some time thinking about how to improve this thingy before I get back to building the raft. And other than that, I'll just be doing boat stuff with my dinghy, which won't fall apart. It's easy. Really, yeah. So didn't work quite as planned. Think about something else, but the whole rudder assembly worked wonderful. Absolutely no problems there. The raft is still usable. Although I will definitely have to make some improvements when we carry it on the trailer because it's some minor issues. The belt's not really gripping into the plastic and slipping off. But other than that, everything went fine. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video.